Hi!
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
The following is a live sports presentation of GLICOD. GLICOD.com.
GLICOD's coverage of Jim Butler Auto Southern Indiana High School basketball starts now.
Welcome to GLICOD's coverage of Southern Indiana High School basketball, brought to you by Jim Butler Auto in Clarksville, where they're striving to keep you driving. Tonight we have a doubleheader action, as on a little bit earlier than we first expected when we set this up, but we are actually here in Clarksville, Indiana, Clarksville High School for city championship between the Providence Pioneers and the Clarksville Generals. First with a girls basketball action, tip-off at 6 o'clock, and then later on this evening, the nightcap, the boys go at it at around 7:30. I'm Dr. Todd Carter. Alongside me is Coach Paul Love. Coach Love, always familiar surroundings, having coached on this floor and been the principal of this building, and so crosstown rivalry is always fun.
Yeah, it is fun, and, can't wait to see what happens, quite frankly. Of course, in the first game, neither team really having an outstanding year. Might call it a rebuilding type of year, but it certainly is good to be back. Had a chance to walk up through the halls, got here a little bit early, and, brings back good memories.
Absolutely. Well, so the girls will go first, and that's the 3-11 Providence Pioneers coming off a loss up at Brebeuf Jesuit up in Indianapolis, and then the Generals had a loss at Perry Central just last week, week before Christmas. So both teams kind of coming off a little bit of a layoff, and they will go tonight. So it's 3-13 Clarksville hosting 3-11 Providence. Well, I had the chance to talk to both of these girls basketball coaches just a little while ago. So here in a bit, we are going to hear first from Coach Brad Burden. But before we do that, let's look at our schedule upcoming. Look at this week's schedule on GLICOD, presented by 9 Round Fitness in Clarksville. Experience a 9-round workout for free with no obligations. Visit them at 1225 Veterans Parkway. Well, as far as what's going on tomorrow, we've got the Salem Lions at the Silver Creek Dragons. That's scheduled for 7:30 tomorrow evening. I will be on with Chris Moore, former Jeff boys basketball head coach. Will be on with me for that broadcast. And then on Friday, the 14th, At 7:30, the Red Devils at the Floyd Central Highlanders with myself and Jeff Cooper. And so that's a big game, HHC game between the Red Devils and the Highlanders. And then next Saturday, follow the Highlanders out to North Harrison to see the Highlanders against the North Harrison Cougars. And that is your look at our schedule from 9-Round Fitness in Clarksville. Experience a 9-round workout for free with no obligations. Visit them at 1225 Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. Well, let's step away, and when we return, you will hear from head coach Brad Burden of the Providence Pioneers tonight on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Allstate agent Packy Page, with offices in Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville. To find out how Allstate can put you in good hands, or for a free quote, call Packy at 812-202-7271.
Welcome back to this Southern Indiana doubleheader tonight on GLICOD. And this is Dr. Todd Carter alongside Coach Brad Burden of the Providence Pioneers City Championship tonight. So a big crosstown rivalry game. Just your thoughts on the game and getting up for a game like this.
Yeah, it's an important game for our program, for our kids. You know, anytime you have a trophy given, it helps you to put a little bit more importance on it and get the kids prepared for postseason play when you have even more importance on it. We've won it 13 years in a row, so we want to continue that going. We had a real long streak going versus Clarksville that they snapped it last year in the sectional, and hats off to them for that win. I know it was big for them, and so obviously this is our first time playing them since then. So we want to get that streak going back, but they've got a lot of athletes on the floor, so we got our hands full. Was that score written on chalkboard or anything this week? No, I don't get into a whole lot of that. Some of that can be overplayed, but just reminding, a lot of these kids are from Clarksville. Of course, we're just two minutes down the road. So, these kids get motivated for this game, but they get it for every game. And we've been playing a lot better. We've got a nice win against Southwestern, and then had a game against Brebeuf up in Indy right before Christmas, and shots just didn't fall in that game. And so we think that we are poised here to start getting a little momentum if we can come out tonight and play well.
Well, and you spoke about shots falling, and it seems like offensively that's just been a tough thing all year. Just if you work on that, maybe on some time off over the holidays, and what else can you do to make some buckets?
Well, three-point shooting is one of our strengths. We've been a very good three-point shooting team all year, and that was the one thing we didn't take with us on the trip to Indianapolis. But the three-point shooting has been very consistent for us this year. We have 3 or 4 kids who are shooting over 30%, and we've actually made more threes this year than we've made twos. So we did continue to work on that, because I believe anything that's a strength of yours, we need to magnify it so it can drown out the weaknesses. But then let's also work on the weaknesses and improve those as well. So yeah, that was a big focus over the holidays, was just finishing from all areas of the court.
As far as this Clarksville team goes, what do you know about them, and what are they going to put on the court tonight?
Well, they're athletic. They move really well. Number 10 for them is a really good player. She's averaging about half of their points, and she goes to the offensive glass really, really hard. So for us, we want it to be a full court game. We don't want it. We want if the score gets in the 40s or the 50s. I think that will bode well for us. If the score's in the 20s or 30s, it's going to be anybody's game.
Gotcha. Good luck tonight, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks.
Come back for all the high school basketball action in tonight's doubleheader on GLICOD.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure. But it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life. Your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
City Championship cross-county or cross-town rivalry, I guess I should say, tonight on GLICOD for both the girls and boys between the Clarksville Generals and the Providence Pioneers, and we've got both games for you this evening. First up is the girls' action, and that's, again, between the 3-11 Pioneers and the 3-13 Clarksville Generals. It's time for Keys to the Game. Tonight's Keys to the Game presented by Mack Construction. Mack Construction provides safe, productive, quality workmanship in civil construction and excavation. Visit mackconstruction.com. Well, Coach Love, as we look at this, really it's just almost exactly the same for both teams.
I think so, too, yeah, Todd. Both teams averaging right around 30. I think Clarksville 27, Providence 31. So they're not making many points. So making shots, I think, is going to be a real important key to the game. And, of course, not turning the ball over. Both these teams are really young. I don't see many seniors on the lineup, as a matter of fact. So, I'm sure about midway, actually beyond midway through the season. Tournament going to be starting, in a couple, 3 weeks?
Yeah, it won't be long for the young ladies,
okay,
yes.
So we'll see how that works out tonight.
Absolutely. Well, I think in in talking to both coaches before the game, there's a obviously a healthy respect for each other's teams, and they both are just trying to improve, as you said, headed towards the tournament. So they just both coaches, I know, just want their young ladies just to continue to try to get better and maybe try to win a game or two in the sectional, and who knows, maybe come away with something.
Yeah, Burton's been at this for a long time now. He's I think it reported he was in his 14th year.
His 14th year.
That's quite a few years. So he's had some pretty good success over there, but like I say, must have graduated a few this past year.
Graduated a lot.
Yeah. So with counting on a lot of sophomores and juniors, and Amanda Carmichael on the other side, just in her second year, but similarly, not many seniors on that roster.
Well, speaking of Amanda Carmichael, we are going to step away. When we come back, we will hear briefly from her, and got a chance to talk to her just a little bit ago. And then we're going to have the tip coming up in just a few minutes here on GLICOD.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
The second game of the season, I popped my shoulder out of socket, so I went to the doctor a few weeks later, and they referred me to priority radiology to get an arthrogram. It was about a day later that they told me the news that I tore my labrum. Since I got the results back so quick, I got to start doing physical therapy and everything quicker, which made my recovery process a lot quicker, and I'm thankful for priority radiology for getting the results back that fast.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
Welcome back to Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD. This is Dr. Todd Carter alongside head coach Amanda Carmichael of the Clarksville Generals. And Coach, it's city championship, and so a couple of schools just right around the corner from each other. Your thoughts on games tonight in this doubleheader?
Well, I mean, obviously the kids know it's the city championship, but we just try to approach tonight just like it was any other game. We prepared in practice all week just like we would for any opponent.
Well, and as far as your team is playing this year, it looks like offense has been a bit of a struggle. So what are you trying to work on to counter that, and how can you manufacture maybe some of that tonight?
You know, we knew that was probably going to be an issue coming into this year, especially, we lost, 3 seniors last year who did a lot of the scoring for us. So, we've just tried to work on it this year, but we do have some kids who can step up and hit shots. We've tried to play a little more fast-paced this year than what we did last year with Jasmine Walker being in the middle for us. So, just trying to be solid defensively.
Well, and speak of defense, what kind of defense will our viewers get to see from you guys tonight? And when they're playing well, when your team's playing well, what kind of defense they play?
We've been really proud of our defense so far this year, and that's kind of what we like to hang our hat on. But probably a little bit of a variety of defenses tonight. We like to switch it up a little bit and play some different things.
All right. Well, as far as keys to the game, if your Generals team's going to win tonight, what are you going to have to do well to win?
I think number one for us, we have to cut down on our turnovers. We can't turn the ball over. We have to keep the ball in our hands. And then number two, we have to be solid defensively. And then number three, keep them off the boards. I think those would be our big three.
All right. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for all the high school basketball action tonight on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
Where's Cobra Kai?
What? No. When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
From GLICOD, it's Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community. ClarkHealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union, Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany, State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb, Our Place, Burns Garage, Priority Radiology, and Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. Now to courtside for all the action from GLICOD on Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball.
It's time for the starting lineups here on GLICOD and tonight's doubleheader for the Providence Pioneers. They will go as follows. Junior Kate Weber, Erica Volker, also a junior. Lily Weber, a junior forward. Isabel Fry, a sophomore forward. And Grace Dennis, a sophomore guard for the Pioneers. For the Clarksville Generals, they will go as follows. They will go Deja Gaines, Courtney Austin, Carly Nix, Alyssa Leeser, and Mariah Smith. And those are your starting lineups, and appears as though Mariah Smith is going to jump against Isabel Fry and controlled by the Pioneers.
Zone defense by Clarksville. Said it was going to mix it up a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, sure did. That's Kate Weber with the ball out top. That's who you're going to see with it vast majority of the time, dumping it down low to Fry. Fry trying to pass out of it, but stolen away. Nix with the takeaway. And that's Gaines playing pitch and catch in the backcourt there. And now with it is Nix. Cross court over and around to Austin. Trying to dump it inside, finds Smith on the side to Nix, who misses the first free throw attempt, or the field goal attempt, excuse me, and a rebound and put back up again by Smith, no good. Now down into the corner, that's Dennis for the three, can't get the three ball to go, and comes off to Austin. Austin with it for the Generals. It's a little pick there on that far side of the court, trying to dump it down in underneath. DeLezer couldn't make the connection there.
Providence also on his own defense. Looks like a 1-2-2. Imagine throughout the game we'll see some, actually in their 2-3 stance right now. So switching up the defenses.
So inbounds, nearly a steal there by Kate Weber, but then down inside, and a nice runner there by Deja Gaines. So Deja Gaines breaks the ice, and it's 2-0 home Clarksville. Quickly ahead, way to break the press there by the Pioneers. Now it's Weber with it. Gets it out to Lily Weber, cousin. And then down in the corner to Kate, excuse me, I called the wrong number before. That's Kate Weber with it now. And gives it up to Dennis between circles. Now dumped it down inside to Fry, but the defense collapses there, and back to Weber. Dennis into the corner. Lily Weber passes back out of it. And again, good hands there. Smith getting in the passing lane. Kate Weber ends up with it. Now that's Volker. Back to Kate Weber. So the Pioneers trying to get the ball inside, and foul. And that's going to go against Alyssa Leeser.
Now in for the Pioneers, Kate Simmons.
Kate Simmons into the game for the Pioneers.
And Dennis with it. Out to Lily Weber. Shoots the three. Buries it. So Lily Weber knocks home that one for the Pioneers, and 3-2 our score. Austin brings it across timeline, picks up her dribble, gets it back to Nix. Nix dumps it in the center to Smith. Smith trying to make a connection there, just sends it out of bounds, and back to Providence.
Well, full court pressure by Clarksville. Both teams trying to speed it up a little bit as far as full court is concerned.
Weber to Volker, and Volker ahead. That's Simmons. And Simmons finds Kate Weber off the glass and good.
Number 3, Kate Weber.
And the ball game we saw early in the year between Providence and New Albany. Good defense there from the Pioneers. Turn over the Clarksville Generals. Get the ball back out to Lily Weber. Shoots the three, won't go. And then a tie-up for it, Simmons. And that's who the foul is called against, Kate Simmons. I was going to say against New Albany, we had Providence, and Kate Simmons really offered up a nice spark off the Providence bench. A lot of hustle there. So Anna Rodwig and Molly Richards checking the game for the Pioneers. And there came the press, locking down on Courtney Austin, but ball off the blue. And we got a whistle for a equipment maintenance. A little shoe tie in there by Kate Weber. And And that's Nix who will take the ball out of bounds. Gets it into Deja Gaines, and then a foul. Just a little too much hands there.
Yeah, it's good pressure, though, trying to get the tempo up in the ball game.
So foul against Kate Weber, her first. Just the second foul on Providence. One whistled on the Generals so far. Deja Gaines got into trouble, passes Smith, and then back over to Austin. Down in the corner, there to Nix. Trapped on the baseline, and turnover.
Third turnover by Clarksville. Talked about that as a factor in the game. Certainly is a key so far in the game.
Halfway home here in the first period as the guest Pioneers lead it 5-2. Kate Weber finds Lilly down inside, passes back out of it, finds Rodwig, can't get that ball home, and then ball knocked away from Richards. Providence ends up with it, though. Now, and there's Kate Simmons. Here comes the double team tie-up. And the ball goes to the Generals.
Against that zone defense, trying to get the ball inside, but, you got to get rid of it quickly.
Has it taken away on the inbounds pass there, or taken away from Austin, I should say, but then knocked back out of bounds by the Generals. Providence. So Volker checks in the ball game, and Hoskins checks in the ball game. Both of the Webers check out. Ball dumped into Simmons. Passes out of it, gets to Rodwig, back to Simmons, and then gets it onto that far sideline. Trying to get it to Simmons, tipped away. Good hands there by Smith, Mariah Smith. Volker to inbounds. Pitches it in, finds Hoskins. It's Molly Richards with it. And trying to get it in there to Simmons. Taken away. Gaines tied up. Molly Richards with the hands there to get on the tie-up. Back the other direction. That's Richards, brings it across timeline. Gives it up and working the ball around the outside, trying to find Volker inside, poked away, but Simmons comes up with it. And whistle's going to go against Alyssa Leeser, her second. So 2 on the junior. And Kinsey Alexander checks in for Leeser. Long inbounds comes to Richards. To Volker, back to Richards. Now around the way, Rodwig shoots 3, won't go. Clarksville comes down with the rebound. Coach Burden talking about the fact that the Pioneers shoot a lot of 3 and make more than 2s. Nice shot there from Mariah Smith. About the elbow, gets it to go home, and just a 1-point lead for the Pioneers. Rodwig, Smith into the hands of Richards. Now Simmons down inside to Richards. Little tie-up comes, and Deja Gaines comes out with it. Then the ball on the floor, and a tie-up. So will be Clarksville ball. Courtney Austin will toss the ball in. Deja Gaines with it, back to Austin. Down in the corner to Alexander. Austin Alexander, little pitch and catch on this left side. Now Gaines with it. Now on the right to Nix. Finding Austin. Defense comes out, and Simmons nearly takes it away, and then a little pile up there. No, excuse me, I said Simmons. That was Anna Rodwig. My fault. And substitutions aplenty. Dennis and Weber check back in for the Pioneers. It's Kate Weber with it now, crossing timeline. Richards back to Weber. Dennis with it, looks inside, gets it back to Weber. Playing against a 2-3 zone again, Coach. And that zone turns up the turnover. Gaines with it, goes to the other end and lays it in. Defense turns to offense. And a lead for the Generals. And Richards on the other end, puts up the shot, got a good look, it just wouldn't fall. Austin comes down with it. And then a foul.
Started to say the trapping defense by the Pioneers really seems to be bothering Clarksville, but when they get the ball out and run with it, they're a lot more successful, as the score indicates, on top by 1 point with, 49 seconds.
And a three up by Nix. Can't get it to go. Tracked down, though, by Alexander. Gets it to Gaines. Gaines with the runner. That one won't fall. Gets her own board. Pitches it back out to Nix. Gets it back. Now Nix with it. Right side, around the horn. Gaines takes it. Gets a little bit of a screen there. Could not get it to fall. Dennis comes up with the board. So Providence trailing, 17 seconds left to go here in the first period, and a chance to have a lead at the break and a turnover. So that gives the Generals a chance to extend the lead possibly here at the end of the first quarter. Nix there on the right, gets it to Austin. Austin backs to Nix. Nix with the runner off the glass and good. So Carly Nix knocks home her first 2 points of the game, and we are at the end of one when we return. Second quarter action here on GLICOD.
Is a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
Our score at the end of the first quarter, the Clarksville Generals 8 and the Providence Pioneers 5, as the teams return to the court. And Coach, sure enough, it's some turnovers. Cost both teams, but saw some good defense by both teams also on that press a little bit.
They are, and zone seems to be working pretty well. Clarksville shooting the ball pretty well, 4 for 9 first quarter, 44%. Providence not so, just 2 of 7, a little under 29%. Nice basket by Carly Nix there to end the
it was
end that first quarter and put the Generals ahead by 3.
Bank was open.
It was.
And nice shot from her. And speaking of Carly Nix, she will trigger the ball in, gets it into Austin for the Generals. Back to Nix, now Gaines. Gaines trying to pitch it down low to Alexander. She had a tough time holding on to it, pitches it back in, and Lily Weber ends up with it. Now to Kate. So Providence couldn't get any kind of numbers on the break, though, so have to just settle back into the normal half-court offense. Dennis with it. Now around the horn, Kate Weber. Weber now down to Volker. Volker with the three, buries it. Erica Volker makes that bucket, and so with Volker's bucket, makes it an 8-all tie. Clarksville having a little trouble there, but finally Gaines ends up with it and tries to take it in and around Weber, but foul. And that will go against Lily Weber, her first. Team's fourth. Austin accepts the inbounds. Gives it up to Gaines there. Gaines, top of the key. Let's see what she might be able to do with it. Now back to Austin. And to Nix for a three. Couldn't get it to fall. Out of bounds, Blue basketball.
No pressure this time by the Generals. They're content to stay in that 1-2-2 zone, which does seem to be bothering the Pioneers.
Kate Weber. And finds Dennis in the corner. Puts it on the floor, passes back out of it. Velker, and then has it knocked away. Alexander ends up with it, gets it ahead to Austin. Austin trying to take it inside, had it poked away. Gonna say it was off Austin, though.
A little bit out of control, I believe. And,
yeah, more than that than poked away, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. 8 turnovers for Clarksville, 7 for Providence. We talked about that being a key to the game, and when it's even like that, it really doesn't seem to matter in terms of who's going to win.
So a pitch and catch outside between Dennis and Kate Weber. Weber with it now. Now Volker. Trying to find a player down low, and just could not make anything happen there for Isabel Fry. She got a good look down low. Austin with it, picked up her dribble, in a little trouble. Pitches out of it, finds Gaines. Gaines with the runner. Oh, I thought it was going to go, but it was hard off the right side. Ahead to Weber. Weber and the harm. So Kate Weber puts it up off the glass and has a chance for the N1. So Providence now with a 2-point lead, chance to make it 3.
First free throw shot in the game, a little left-hander, makes it.
And it goes. Gaines, Kate Weber also with the defense there, and going to say it's out of bounds off of Courtney Austin. So again, just quick hands and good defense on that press for the Pioneers. Lily Weber gets it into Kate. Kate Weber to Dennis. Fry's culling for it inside, but just working it around. Fry with it. The right wing gives it up to Kate Weber, but she was standing on the in-line. Excuse me, Lily Weber. My apologies. That was Lily Weber standing on the in-line. So 3-point lead for the Pioneers.
There's that trap again.
And that time Kate Weber, a little too much shoulder. That's her second foul.
Kind of see the defense that Burden, he talked about being a good defensive team, and certainly shows here as they, all kinds of traps all over the floor for Clarksville, which are giving them a hard time.
Ball triggered in, but there's that defense and the takeaway. Rodwig passes out of it, finds Lily Weber. And now to Dennis, and then resetting Richards and Rodwig. Richards down the corner. Dennis shoots the 3, buries it. Grace Dennis with a made 3. And stretches out 14-8. Now look down to see my score sheet. Now all I know is General was standing on the out of bounds line and was whistled there. So I'm going to chalk that a little bit up to defense as well, Coach.
Yeah, the pressure is there, obviously. So the Clarksville's defense is on that perimeter line, just challenging Providence to shoot the 3. And they've shot it pretty well here, 3 of 7 in the ball game.
And trying to get the ball down inside, but intercepted and then taken away. So Providence with the quick hands takes the ball away, gets it to Dennis in the corner, puts it on the ground and waved off there as the foul comes on the floor. That's going to go against Nix. And it looks like we have a timeout on the floor, so we will have the chance to take a timeout as well. When we return, we'll have a 14-18 Providence over the Generals with 4:21 left in the second period on GLICOD.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we return here to Clarksville High School, 14-8 our score. And as we are into the second quarter, should let you know that we're going to have some ticker begin to run, brought to you by Jim Butner Auto. Most of the ball games are from later on this evening, but we will make sure as our broadcast goes along to update all of those for you. We'd like to thank Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville for their sponsorship of our broadcast this season. For the widest selection of pre-owned cars, visit locally owned Jim Butner Auto, where they're striving to keep you driving. So Providence with it, and there goes Richards with the three. It won't go. Tip back and around. Gaines ends up with it. Has to fight it away from Rodwig. Gaines with the left hand takes it down inside, pitches it back out. Nix with it. Oh, trying to find Austin and couldn't connect. Out of bounds. Another turnover. Richards to Volker. Back to Richards. Trying to find Simmons inside. Does. Nix comes out in honor, but that leaves a wide open Grace Dennis to hit the three. And then there comes the defense again. Molly Richards stepping in that passing lane, but whistled for the foul.
Clarksville really needs to look down court, I think, a little bit against that press. You know, obviously when three people are guarding two in the backcourt, somebody's got to be open.
Macy Hoskins checks back in the ballgame for the Pioneers, and for the Leeser and Julia Parisi check in the ballgame for the Generals. So it will be Parisi to trigger the ball in, and does to Courtney Austin, and a double dribble.
Pressure by the Pioneers. That's 14 turnovers in the game for Clarksville.
Well, we said try to limit that.
Yeah,
so.
Not happening.
Well, it seems like Providence very good with really stepping into passing lanes, trying to get hands up and around. So.
And trapping.
Yep,
they're drilling the ball to the corner and getting trapped.
That's Rodewig with it. Simmons, Volker in the corner, puts up the three. Long rebound comes down to Gaines. Gaines advances it to front court. And a little runner, oh, it was halfway down, wouldn't go. Gets the rebound, bucket, and foul. So Deja Gaines with a nice individual effort there to cut the Providence lead to 7. And the chance to extend the lead.
First free throw by Clarksville. Providence has only shot one in the game. First for Clarksville is good.
So Gaines makes good on that and one. 6-point lead for the Pioneers. 3 minutes to go here, second period. Rodwig down in the corner to Dennis. Now to Simmons. Double team comes. And the whistle. And that's going to go against Leeser. That's her third, so in some foul trouble is Alyssa Leeser. She will check to the sideline. Carly Nix into the ball game.
She's got 3 of the 5 team fouls in this first half for Clarksville.
Simmons accepts the inbounds, gets it back to Volker. Simmons, comes up empty there, but Volker tracks it down. Dennis now around to left side, back to Volker, top of the key. Dennis, she'll shoot that three, hard off the iron. down in the hands of Alexander. Gaines with it, and a foul. It's going to go against Roadway, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, just the 6th team foul. It's not a shooting foul, but what are they doing? Oh, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. That is the 8th team foul against Providence.
Yep. So that will send Deja Gaines, just a 44% free throw shooter, to the line. She's got 7 already. Eyes the first. Oh, halfway down, pop back out. Lily Weber tracks it down. And Volker advances it. It's Dennis again in the corner. Can't get that one to go. Oh, and then a battle by Simmons and Alexander for the rebound. Out of bounds off the blue.
Back in for the Generals, Mariah Smith.
6-point game, 2:10 left here in the second period. This girls-boys doubleheader. City championship, Clarksville, between the Pioneers and the Generals. Nice advance there to Smith, but she ran into traffic. And ball out of bounds, they're going to say off of Smith.
Can't believe there wasn't a foul call on it. It looked like a big collision to me.
It was a big collision.
It'd be one way or the other.
Volker advances across timeline to Dennis. Back to Volker. Inside Lily Weber and
nice
Simmons.
Nice high-low post.
By 10, Simmons.
So Kate Simmons with her first 2 of the night. That's Nix. Here comes the trap.
Picking up that dribble.
Gets it to Smith. Smith working against Weber. And then the foul. Little hands there. I think they're going to get Macy Hoskins for that. That'll be her first. We'll see. Yep, Macy Hoskins whistled for that one. And Mariah Smith will head to the free throw line. Eyes the first. And
stepped over the line.
Stepped over the line.
Yeah, it's too bad. They need every point they can get here. Falling behind 11-19.
So the Pioneers, we found out from Coach Burden there in the pregame of, I believe he said they won 13 of these city championships, so they certainly would like to keep that rolling. Oh, Lily Weber shoots the 3, nails it. And I think Coach Burden, is one of those, if they could shoot threes, they could certainly contend. Oh, nice. Lily Weber knocks it out of the hands of Mariah Smith, and then the whistle comes after. And that's actually going to go against Deja Gaines, her first.
Just the 6th team foul. Under a minute in the second quarter.
Velker brings it across timeline, gives it up to Dennis there. Now back to Velker. Over to Hoskins, a little pitch and catch with Velker out high. Dumps it to Lily Weber, finds Simmons, passes out of it. Velker thought about the 3, puts it on the deck instead. Now Lily Weber. Velker in the corner now. That's Hoskins. Velker, Dennis. Just content to work it around. And then the whistle.
Steps called. 10th turnover for Providence.
17 seconds left, and Generals with a chance to maybe cut into this lead. Smith takes a shot from the free throw line, couldn't get it to bank home. Simmons and Smith fighting for it and knocked out of bounds. I believe, it's a white ball, so Carly Nix will take the ball out and gets it back in. Nix shoots the 3. It won't go, and that will do it for the first half. Let's send you away for a few of our wonderful sponsors. Word from a few of our wonderful sponsors. When we come back, we'll get you some stats here At halftime, 22-11, the Pioneers lead the Generals on GLICOD.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah!
1 second. I guess their faces are safe. This is the...
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up. Shut up, Jeff.
I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Find out about online banking and other services by visiting Centra.org.
Halftime on GLICOD in this girls-boys doubleheader with the boys' nightcap game to follow at around 7:30. The halftime score here at Clarksville High School, the Clarksville Generals trail the Providence Pioneers 22-11. Tonight's halftime numbers brought to you by Centra Credit Union. They're centered around you. So first we'll cover the scoring, then we'll step away and get you the team scoring. For the Pioneers, they were led by Lily Weber and Grace Dennis. Both of those young ladies have 6 points on 2 made threes apiece. We also have 5 points out of Lily Weber, 3 points out of Erica Volker, and 2 points out of Kate Simmons for the Pioneers. For the Clarksville Generals, they were led by their leading scorer, Deja Gaines. Gaines with 7. Carly Nix has 2, and Mariah Smith has 2 as well. Well, let's step away here from some more of our wonderful sponsors. When we come back, Coach has been busy with his pencil, and we'll get you all the team stats when we return here on GLICOD.
Is a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voiners Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voiners can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voiners Auto and Truck Repair. Family-owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on GLICOD.
Time for the Centra Credit Union halftime numbers, or the second half of those, brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Time to turn to Coach Love and let him walk through the team statistics for both teams.
Gotcha, Todd. Providence found the range in the second quarter. They were 6 of 12, 50%. For the half, they were 8 of 19, 42%. 5 of 13, which is very respectable, 38.5% from the three-point range. 1 of 1, just shot one free throw, made it. Had them turning the ball over 10 times and being out-rebounded. Actually only had 8 rebounds in that first half. Quickly, Clarksville, on the other hand, 5 of 16 shooting, 31%, just 1 of 7 in that second quarter, and that's the reason they fell behind, it seems, along with the turnovers, which we'll get to in a second. 1 of 3 from the free throw line, 33%, did not make any of the 3 attempts at three-point shooting, so 0% there. Turned it over 15 times, 9 in that second quarter, and that's where they kind of lost the edge as far as being ahead 8-5 at the end of the first quarter. Let's see, I had them with 9 turnovers in that second quarter.
Well, and that a lot of that credit goes to that Providence defense. It seems like from the first quarter to the second quarter, they were working at some in the first quarter, but it really got turned up a notch there. And it's one of those things with defense, right, Coach? A lot of times it seems like sort of defense begats more defense. You know, if you see some success, it's easier to really turn it up.
Well, none of that's a surprise. I think it's what Brad Burton talked about in his pregame interview. The defense has been fairly good and very, very active, and really created a lot of turnovers from trapping the ball, especially in that full court press defense. So kudos to them. He also talked about the fact they were a pretty good three-point shooting, and that's turned out to be the case here tonight as well. So
with
Providence in control, 22-11.
5 made threes, so certainly.
Exactly.
All right, well, we will jump away, and when we return, we will have third quarter action for you from Clarksville High School in this cross-city championship, or city championship, I should say, tonight on GLICOD.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
This second shift, this old pair of pants, this staycation, this brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it, to protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we are back here, 22-11, our score in this city championship ball game between the Providence Pioneers and the Clarksville Generals. And want to thank Levi Carmichael for his hospitality, for having us here at Clarksville High School. And, of course, Coach Love always nice to be in the building here. That on this floor, you coached on this floor.
Yeah, back in the 70s. It's been a while, but good memories for sure. Here we go.
Providence with the ball first, gets it into Lily Weber, and high off the glass, and it goes. So Weber and her team leading 7th point extends that lead to 24-11. Gaines across timeline.
Broke the press nicely that time.
Around, inside, nice little step there. Good move. As she leads all scorers with 9. Now Providence going to work it around the outside and try to work on that 3-2 zone. Looks like that's what they're in.
It is.
Down in the corner, Dennis with the 3, buries it. So Grace Dennis. And she now with 9. Tied with Gaines to lead all scorers. Nice three-pointer there from Nix. Just off the rim, won't go. And ripping it away there was Fry. To Lily Weber. She'll set up for the 3, and that's long. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Dennis trying to save it, but couldn't quite make that happen. Generals. Bounce to Smith. Now Nix. Ahead to Austin. Austin ahead to Leeser. Leeser in underneath. Almost too far. Couldn't get it to go. Got really just in too far underneath the basket. Volker to Weber down in the corner.
Both teams sticking to the zone defense the entire game. I haven't seen any man-to-man at all, I don't believe.
I think I agree with you. Both teams playing that zone. Dennis, though, on that opposite side, the reversal works. And Grace Dennis has 6 quick points here in this second half. Leads all scorers with 12. That was Austin split the defense. Saved by Smith. Now Nix with it. Passes out of trouble there. Now to Smith. Puts up the shot. That won't go. It's hard off the iron. Dennis. Back around. Kate Weber looks to reset. Volker on that far side. Trying to dump it inside to Lily Weber and tie it up there. Good hands by Smith. A couple of Generals, Alexander and Parisi checking in the ball game. Oh, trying to find Smith there and kicked out of bounds.
Threw it right at her shin bone. Good pressure by Providence. Keep saying that, but that seems to be the difference in the ball game as far as I'm concerned.
As Weber got into Volker, trying to make something work down low, just couldn't get it to go, so Providence resets. Well, in talking to Coach Burden before the season and during the season, they had several years where they had, quite honestly, just big post presence in their offense, and they just don't have that anymore, and they're just trying to work that ball around. Now that's a good look from Isabel Fry, and in that post.
Good high-low post.
Well, that's the thing. When you don't have somebody, a young lady who's 6 feet or 6'1", you need to manufacture those post points just like that, right?
Absolutely. A little double turnover down there. Not surprising in the game. Again, both teams turning over quite a bit. Clarksville more, 17-12, but not enough to create that big a difference as far as, 19-point difference?
19-point Providence lead. And Smith puts up the three, or the long two. It won't go. Lily Weber down with the rebound. Ahead and can't find Molly Richards. The freshman was streaking towards the basket there. But out of bounds, and it'll be white jersey ball. Nix to Smith. And cross courts it there to Parisi. Oh, trying to find Gaines and just about had it taken away. Gets it back. Smith shoots two from outside the free throw line. Won't fall. Rodewig rips it down and brings it across timeline for the Pioneers. Now working against this zone defense again. Trying to find inside. Now, kicks it back out to Dennis. Shoots the three long off the iron. Lily Weber down with the rebound and air mails it, trying to get it back to Dennis.
Back in for the Generals, number 11, Courtney Austin. For the Pioneers, number 11, Lily Weber.
So Lily Weber checks to the sideline. And Simmons in the ball game. Here comes Parisi with it. Gives it up to Austin. And just a little travel there. So Providence will come back on offense again. After a bucket by Deja Gaines there early in the going for the Generals. It has been all Providence, outscoring the Generals 10-2 here in this third period.
And they outscored them 14-6 in that second quarter. So
Parisi to Gaines. Gaines has it, Austin, has it taken away by Richards. And a three ball up by Rodewig. Can't find it. Simmons with the rebound. Gets another shot up, but Smith ends up taking it away and then gets it to Gaines. Gaines over to Austin. Down into the corner. That's Parisi and a travel. I think expected more contact to come than it did. Kate Weber across the timeline. Richards with it, puts it on the deck, working it there, and little palm action there.
I'm wondering if the substitution, like a turnstile as far as Providence is concerned, might be wearing the Generals down here as the game goes on.
Kind of looks like that's a possibility.
Yeah, especially with the pressing.
Well, Coach Burton, times I've talked to him, we had them against New Albany here a few weeks back. It said that they were going to play much more like that. Smith with it inside, gets tied up. That's Richards with the hands. Blue ball on the alternating possession. Kate Weber gets it across there. Richards has a little bit of a lane, takes it down, foul. Carly Nix with the foul. That'll be of the shooting variety.
Just first foul of the second quarter, though. Or, excuse me, second half.
First foul both teams with nearly 6 minutes gone. So that's five and a half. So that's
only the second free throw shot by Providence in this ball game. Makes it.
Second up and rolled around, wouldn't quite go. Oh, and intercepting it there is Richards. Passes back out of it, finds Rodewig, shoots the three, rattles around, won't go down. Kate Simmons just goes up hard, tries to rip that rebound away, but good hands by, I think that was Nix, for the Generals, and alternating possession goes to the Generals. Alexander quickly brings it across timeline, goes up a bit out of control, but the blocking foul. Kate Simmons, the man in the striped shirt, says didn't quite get there in time.
Oh, going to give her a shooting foul? Okay.
38% free throw shooter is Kinsey Alexander. Gets the first one to go. Her first point on the evening. Won't get the second to go, but Smith just about. She did get the rebound, tried to get it back up, had it knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. So the Generals will retain possession. Nix will trigger. Gets it into Parisi, who launches the three. Hard off the iron, won't go. Rodwig skies for the rebound. Gives it up to Molly Richards. And Kate Weber down in the corner. Trying to work inside, but ends up getting it back out to Weber. Providence reverses, makes a lane, and we've got a foul out on the floor.
That's a good call by the official, blocking, moving screen there that time. Causes a turnover by the Pioneers.
So Kate Simmons whistled for the foul. Smith with it. Gives it up to Nix. Tries to put it on the floor. Has it poked away, and then tie up there. Molly Richards and Smith and Gaines, all three hitting the court. And Carly Nix whistled with that foul. And that's her fourth. Simmons checks out. Lily Weber checks in for Providence. And for the time being, Nix stays in the ball game with her 4 fouls. Rodwig, to Richards, Weber. So down in the corner there, dumping it down inside. Lily Weber working the post, passes out of it, finds Rodwig. Now, Weber loses the handle over and back. Defense by Kinsey Alexander, just enough to keep Weber just occupied enough that she couldn't hold the handle on that.
Todd, I'm proud of you for keeping track of all these names and faces out there. What a lot of substitutions.
A lot of substitutions, but under a minute to go here, third period. 33-14. Dumping it down to Smith. Shot from that high post won't go. Lily Weber comes down with it. And here comes the defense and the foul. Kinsey Alexander, the freshman. I have her with just one. That is her first. Wanted to check the official tally before I said it out loud. Dennis with it. And trying to get the ball down low to Fry. And out of bounds. Well, so we're coming up on the end of the third quarter. And while we've had some substitutions, really haven't had much in the way of breaks here in this second half. Just 5 fouls being called and no timeouts. Shot up, won't go. That was Parisi with it. Weber comes down with the ball ahead to Dennis and finds the Fry in underneath. Tied up and jump ball. Kinsey Alexander tied up Fry.
No change in possession. Arrow belonging to the Pioneers. Just 16 plus seconds.
Ball into Dennis. Back to Lily Weber. Weber works around. Gets the layup.
Nice move.
35-14 as the third quarter comes to a close. Gaines with the heave. It won't go. And so as we end the third quarter, our score, Providence 35, Clarksville 14. Come on back, fourth quarter action in this doubleheader ahead on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we return to action here, fourth quarter on this GLICOD doubleheader of girls and boys basketball. Tonight, Providence and Clarksville. The girls starting it off. Kate Weber intercepting that ball, gets it head to Volker. Lily Weber into the corner to Dennis. She likes that shot, but high off the glass won't go, and Gaines tracks it down. Gaines, see if anybody stops her. Oh, yeah. Kate Weber just stepped in there and poked that ball away. Good defense by the Pioneers. And Volker, left wide open, buries it. Erica Volker hits for her second three-pointer of the night, 38-14. Kate Weber nearly poking it away again, and Parisi has trouble handling it. Gets it back, Gaines, shoots a bit of a runner. It won't go. Weber comes down, Velker, and lays it in. Good eye from Lily Weber to advance that down and get that assist. 40-14. As the Pioneers have found just enough of their shooting touch and played very good defense. Weber again ahead to Velker, couldn't handle the pass, has to pitch back out of it. Reset the offense, and foul comes. It's going to go against Austin, I believe. It is. .625 left in this ball game. We will just keep this stream and action going here into the boys' game as Isabel Fry knocks down her first. Just to let you know, we'll wrap up our post-game show here for this girls' game and get you those stats. And then because of the doubleheader nature of the ball game tonight, didn't have a chance to talk to either of the boys' coaches. So we will wrap up with all our girls' stats and then just briefly talk about the boys' ball game before it will start at around 7:30. We'll tie up there on the floor. Leeser and Weber. Leeser came away the worst of that one. (41-14), 6:14 left on the clock. Weber, cross timeline. Pitches it down in the corner. Velker gets in the Fry in the post. Can't do anything with it. Velker shoots the three again. Short off the iron. Tipped around, and down with it comes Alexander. Parisi with it now. to Nix. Nix, who's been playing with 4 fouls for a while, played well. Velker gives it up to Weber. Velker wants it back. Is going to shoot a 3 again. Won't go off the left side. Leeser comes down with the rebound. Nix. Trap comes, gets it out of it. New player in the ball game. Gaines shoots the 3. That's Nareel Gaines, and couldn't get that one to fall. As Providence ladies just want to work this and pretty much got it salted away, just willing to work some clock here and try to get an open shot. Gets it to Fry inside. Now back out. Dennis to Weber. Lily Weber with it now, far side. Trying to find inside. They want to work to Fry. They just can't quite find her. Or when they do, defense collapses, and Nix ends up with it. Leeser high off the glass, won't fall. Velker advances to Weber. And Grace Dennis, her favorite spot in the corner, knocks home her 5th triple of the night. 15 points. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's all come from that corner. Parisi, shot up, won't go. Lily Weber down with the rebound, but then a whistle. And a timeout. Timeout on the floor, so we will take a timeout as well, as our score 44-14, 3:52 left in this ball game, in this first of a doubleheader tonight on GLICOD.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
44-14 with 3:52 remaining here in the ball game in this first of our doubleheader. The girls' city championship being played now, and I believe this will be Providence's 14th straight city championship if they were to hold on and win. As Richards is running the point now. That was down low. That was Kate Simmons and Fry, down there. And we've got a foul. Carly Nix, and she ends up fouling out of the ball game with 2 points. But she played, almost all of the second half with those 4 fouls. All but this 3:27, because she got it early on in the in the third period. And Macy Hoskins with the 3-pointer, making it 47-14. Emma Money with it. That's Gaines, back to Money, and throws it away. Hoskins steps into passing lane, looks to take it to the other end, rolls it home. So Hoskins with 5 quick ones, and 49-14 our score. Hoskins takes it away again. Can't get the shot to go, and following is the player to be named later. I'm sorry, that's, I'm guessing it's Brooklyn Schneider.
A lot of new faces in the game now as we wind down here. 2:28.
So money over to Yates. That's Presley Yates will take the ball out, the junior guard. Looks to trigger in, has it poked away. Hoskins advances to Rodwig. Rodwig fouled, and foul's going to be against Nareel Gaines, the senior. So Rodwig will eyeball the first of the free tosses, hard off the glass and iron. Simmons checks to the sideline, and that's Bella Leeser checking into the ball game, freshman, number 2. And second free throw won't go, but Schneider rips down the board and then has it poked away. It's going to stay with the blue, though. Schneider to trigger and tries to get it into Hoskins. Can't make it happen. Money ends up with it, and she travels. So Providence now with just over a minute to go to go home with this city championship. 14th in a row. Oh, ball taken away. That's Gaines stepping in there. And then on the other end, ball on the floor. Hoskins ends up with it, hands it off to Molly Richards. Brings it back to front court and gets it down inside. That was Leeser. Couldn't get the shot to go. 39 seconds left. Courtney Austin with it. Left alone, she'll shoot the 3, short off the iron. Schneider comes down with the rebound. Now ahead to Hoskins. Finds Richards. Richards from the post. Oh, gets the shooter's roll. Molly Richards, 3 points. They had a single free throw in the first half, and, a single free throw earlier in the second half, and then that field goal. As we're counting it down, 5, 4, 1, and that's the ball game. So the city championship for the ladies goes to the Providence Pioneers, where our final score is 51-14, with the Pioneers on top of the Generals, and the Generals, should be noted, went scoreless there in that fourth period. Well, that's it for the girls' game as far as basketball action goes, but we will definitely be back with some numbers for you. We're going to get all those, both individual scoring and team, and we'll have all that when we return here on GLICOD.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No. You need to to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Find a wide selection of batteries for all types of vehicles at their locally owned Jeffersonville location, 1510 Production Road.
(51-14) our final score here as the Pioneers knock off the Clarksville Generals at home in this town championship ball game, and you will get to see here shortly on the video screen a trophy presentation for the Pioneers. But as we're looking at that, let's go over scoring from both teams and these final stats brought to you by German American Bank. From German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. Well, for the, as you are maybe can see through our graphic there, Deja Gaines with the most valuable player for the Clarksville Generals, and Lily Weber also for the Providence Pioneers. Now let's go over the scoring. Deja Gaines led the Clarksville Generals with 9, 2 apiece from Carly Nix and Mariah Smith, and 1 point from Kinsey Alexander in the effort tonight. The Clarksville Generals go to 3-14 on the season. Providence Pioneers improving to 4-11. They were led by they were led by Grace Dennis. Grace Dennis with 5 made 3-point buckets, and she poured in 15 points. Lily Weber had 9, and in the effort, also playing some really good defense. And I think I put it wrong on the graphic up there. Sorry, that's my fault. That was actually Lily Weber with 9 points. Macy Hoskins had 5. Erica Velker had 8. 5 each from Kate Weber, and as I said, Macy Hoskins 3 apiece from Molly Richards and Isabel Fry, and 2 from Kate Simmons. So again, Grace Dennis leads the Pioneers with 15, and Lily Weber had 9. This is the 14th straight Pioneer win in the town championship. And so Coach Burton said they'd like to keep that streak going, and they were able to do so tonight. Again, improving to 4-11 with this 51-14 win over the Clarksville Generals. Let's step away. When we come back, Coach had a calculator out here just a little bit ago, and we will give you all the team stats when we return here on GLICOD.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug-Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Skyline for me is like my second home. So I started off at drive-thru, and then the next thing I know, I was serving full-time. My favorite regulars are always the ones with the kids. We're just laughing, talking, catching up on whatever's going on in our lives. Sometimes when I'm working the drive-thru, I'll hear a specific voice, and I know exactly who it is. When they pull around, I'm so excited to see them, and they're just as happy to see me. Skyline is more than just a restaurant to me. It's a fun place to work, and it's a fun place to eat.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
A look at tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. And for these final team numbers, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Paul Love. Coach?
Todd, we told you that turnovers and making shots was going to be a key to the game.
Absolutely.
Well, it turned out that way. Clarksville, just 6 of 33 from the field, 18%, 0 of 7 from three-point range, and 2 of 5 for 40% from the free throw line. Had them with a total of 32 errors in the game, which is far too many, and 26 rebounds. Providence, on the other hand, after kind of a slow start, really got it going there in the second quarter and beyond. Had them for the game 19 of 42 from the field, 45%. Had them 10 of 25 from beyond the arc. That's 40%, just 3 of 7 from the free throw line, 42.9. Had them with 26 rebounds, which I had was the same for both teams, and they too turned it over 24 times.
Okay, well, those are your final numbers in this ball game. Providence defeating Clarksville 51-14. Well, let's step away here from some more of our great sponsors on this post-game show from the girls' ball game in this doubleheader. Boys to come at about 7:30 or a few minutes after. When we return, we will get you the most outstanding players for both teams for this girls' ball game tonight. And then we'll have, again, boys contest to come in this doubleheader on GLICOD.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
I was at practice one day, kind of made a cut through the lane, and I noticed that I landed on my knee a little weird. I saw my trainer here at school, and they highly recommended that I go to priority radiology. Any athlete, when you do go down with an injury, the first thing you think about is just how long that you're going to be out. Going to priority radiology, where I could get my results back quickly, made a big difference because I wasn't left waiting for weeks before I could even start a treatment. I was able to get what I needed right away.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
We've always gone to Skyline. As soon as we get there, the girls run to make sure that we can get the counter. It's kind of neat for the kids to sit there and watch their food being made.
It's like right in front of you, showing kind of like how it's actually done. It's awesome because it's a Skyline thing.
Very, very, very awesome.
Where else can you go and play and entertain yourself and eat, you know?
Nobody has a counter like Skyline. It's just the best.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
It's time for the Most Outstanding Player of the Game. Tonight's Most Outstanding Player is brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line Road near I-265. If it's game time, it's Skyline time. So for this girls contest, again won by Providence 51-14. Who do we have, Coach, for our most outstanding players?
Clarksville, I mean, you got to go with Deja Gaines. She had 9 of the 14 points and was harassed all night long, quite frankly. But, you know, big loss for those guys. On the other side, Grace Dennis, you had the numbers on her. I know she had 15 points and a bunch of threes in the game.
All threes.
And then a part of the suffering defense, if you will, creating the 32 turnovers for Clarksville.
All right, so our most outstanding players of the ball game, Grace Dennis and Deja Gaines. Well, also want to tell you that you can nominate your favorite student athlete for GLICOD's Most Outstanding Student Athlete Award. This winter, a male and female high school student will be recognized for their outstanding academic and athletic achievements during the fall sports season. For more information and to submit an application, visit glicod.com. Well, Coach, let's put a little bow on this one. We've got about 15, maybe 20 minutes or so before the boys' game tips off. So your final thoughts on this girls' ball game?
Well, turnovers are horrendous. I mean, for both teams, actually, but 32 for Clarksville. You know, it was really surprising and almost shocking to me that Clarksville led by 8-5 at the end of the first quarter. You thought it was going to be a real low-scoring game, and Clarksville, you know, might have a shot, but boy, that second quarter really did them in, and then to fail to score in the fourth quarter. So the air ran out of their bubble, that's for sure. But good pressure defense by Providence.
All right, well, that's going to put the bow on this first ball game. Probably should tell you who was helping bring you the action tonight. Our producer tonight, Dekevian Gauss, working the computer here locally. Steve Bird, our executive producer. Xander Essex running the camera for us here at Clarksville. For Coach Paul Love, I'm Dr. Todd Carter. Now we are going to just step away, hear from some of our great sponsors, and when we return, we'll reset and start talking boys basketball action tonight on GLICOD.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
The following is a live sports presentation of GLICOD. GLICOD.com.
GLICOD's coverage of Jim Butler Auto Southern Indiana High School basketball starts now.
Welcome back to this doubleheader action here on GLICOD, where the Providence Pioneers and the Clarksville Generals will now, in the nightcap, the boys varsity will take the floor, and this for the Clarksville Town Championship, and championship trophy presented for the Providence girls, and the boys trophy sits at the end of the court down there, tantalizing for both teams. Let's quickly look at our schedule of upcoming games here, and this brought to you by 9 Round Fitness in Clarksville. Experience a 9-round workout for free with no obligations. Visit them at 1225 Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. And coming up tomorrow, we've got the Silver Creek Lady Dragons hosting the Salem Lions in girls basketball action. Next Friday, Jeff at Floyd Central, HHC battle there. And then on Saturday, we will follow Floyd Central out to North Harrison to take on the Cougars. And that's our week's schedule, brought to you by 9 Round Fitness in Clarksville. Well, let's we don't have any coach interviews, so we will have plenty of time to talk about keys to the game when we return. So we're going to reset and step away for a brief couple of moments. When we come back, we will talk with Coach Love about the keys to the ball game tonight on GLICOD.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on GLICOD.
Time for Keys to the Game. Tonight's Keys to the Game presented by Mack Construction. Mack Construction providing safe, productive, quality workmanship in civil construction and excavation. Visit mackconstruction.com. And for this, Coach, really, this goes for both teams. We have it under Providence, but it could be both, and that is who gets off to the faster start. That definitely a big key for both teams.
It's a rivalry game, don't forget. Regardless of what you might say, it's just the next game. These two teams want to beat each other, so I think getting off to the good start is a real key. Limiting turnovers, of course. And, you know, the matchups are concerning to me, or interesting, I should say. Providence, to me, has a very balanced scoring attack. On the other hand, Clarksville relies heavily on Dakota Caps. And remember, we had Clarksville against Eastern a few weeks ago, and Caps got off to a real poor start before coming on in the second quarter. So, you know, I think he's got to get going, but I know Providence knows that as well. So, going to be an interesting game. Clarksville got a little momentum after beating Charlestown and revenging an earlier loss there. So, a lot of factors at work here tonight.
Absolutely. So those are our keys to the game. Tonight's Keys to the Game presented by Mack Construction. Mack Construction providing safe, productive, quality workmanship in civil construction and excavation. Visit mackconstruction.com. Well, we're going to jump out, go to pregame break number 4 there, DK, and we are just about, say 8 minutes away or so from basketball here at Clarksville High School, where Providence and Clarksville will play for the Town of Clarksville trophy tonight on GLICOD.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah!
1 second. I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up. Shut up, Jeff.
I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh. Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we return to Clarksville High School, where the Generals come in at 3-5, the Providence Pioneers 7-3. Despite the 3-5 record, the time we saw these Generals, they played Eastern really tough, and that Dakota Caps is a heck of a ball player, Coach. And
he's
so
very athletic, and hard to guard. But I'm telling you something, Providence. Coach Miller gets a lot out of those guys. They're a hustling bunch. You can tell by the warm-ups where they're diving on the floor and everything like that. And, had him several times last year, as you know. And I expect his team to get off a pretty good start. And like I said before, they're balanced scoring. I don't think they have anybody that Clarksville can really key on as far as on the defensive end. So they'll play a standard straight-up defense against them, I'm sure. And we'll just see how Caps gets off tonight as far as the game is concerned. Now, it's not all about Caps. They've got other guys that can score as well. Seward, Cummings. I think Morgan Caps had 10 versus Crawford County here recently, so have other guys who can score. But that'll be an interesting game tonight, I think.
Well, let's go ahead and go over our starting lineups for both squads. First, for the Providence Pioneers, the visiting Pioneers, they will go as follows. Senior Cade Carver, 5'11 guard. Casey Kalin, a junior, 6'3 swingman. Tyler Simmons, a 5'11 senior guard. Grant Williams, a 6'4 senior forward. And Max Beatty, a 6'1 senior guard. For the Clarksville Generals, the Clarksville Generals go as follows. Dakota Caps, a 6'2 senior. Jacob Seward, a 6-foot sophomore. Caleb Cummings, a 6'2 junior. Alex Titus, a 5'11 senior. And Landon Radlin, a 6-foot junior. Should mention that tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Community Action of Southern Indiana, bringing you tonight's starting lineups. Should mention that tonight's Jeff New Albany game was postponed until February 16th. Just want to mention that they're not on our ticker tonight because that has been postponed. Well, we are going to step away. We will have the national anthem here and then starting lineups. So we'll be back with you shortly. And when we are back, we will have basketball action for you in this nightcap of a doubleheader on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family-owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
One fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
From GLICOD, it's Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community. ClarkHealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union, Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany, State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb, Our Place, Burns Garage, Priority Radiology, and Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. Now to courtside for all the action from GLICOD on Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball.
As we are back at Clarksville High School, the Clarksville Generals being introduced tonight. They come in 3-5 to take on the Providence Pioneers at 7-3. In this crosstown rivalry game, and for the Clarksville Town Championship, City Championship trophy sitting at the end of the court down there. Again, the Pioneers will go as follows. Carver, Kalen, Simmons, Williams, and Beatty. Caps, Leeser, Seward, Cummings. Excuse me, I messed that up. My fault. Caps, Seward, Cummings, Titus, and Radlin will be the starting lineup for the Clarksville Generals. Bringing you the basketball action tonight. Our executive producer is Steve Bird. Our DK Gauss, our local producer here, running the computer. Xander Essex on the camera, Coach Paul Love, and I am Dr. Todd Carter. So here we go.
Here we go, that's right.
And that's Seward and Williams to jump it away.
Neither team with a lot of size as far as height is concerned. And who gets off to the best start? Looks like they're ready to play, doesn't it, Todd?
They do, yeah, absolutely. And nice job there by Seward. And that's Dakota Caps for the Generals.
Man-to-man defense. Man-to-man by Providence.
Cummins handling it. Now to Seward. Radlin with it. Back to Caps. Caps looks to drive it, kicks it, and Titus with the three-point basket. So the senior starts things off well for the Generals with a three ball.
Clarksville choosing to play zone, 2-3 zone.
Kalen around the horn. Carver now dumped down low and inside. Turnaround jumper by Simmons won't go. Caps brings it across timeline. So Providence wanting to get that ball down low and did, just couldn't find the bucket from right in front of the dish. Titus gives it back to Caps. Now Radlin.
Coach Hankins shouting out instructions.
Titus. Back and around here. Shot up and through.
Seward with the basket. Nice move. We're using the left hand, going to the basket.
So 5-0 early from the Generals.
Talk about getting off to a good start. That's, look out here.
Nice move there inside. Kalen with the bucket, but Williams with the nice assist.
That's what happens on that weak side when you're playing the man or the zone defense. Providence sitting down in a tight man-to-man.
As the Generals work a little bit of a weave out high. Caps now with it. Eyes inside. He'll shoot the long three. Wow. Drains it. Dakota Caps.
He launched it.
Well, his man did not sag off of him much, but it was enough. He knew he could get the shot up. And shot from the elbow. That's Simmons. And
it's like Titus might have got a little piece of it.
I think it was. Radlin.
Radlin, okay.
Yep. So Landon Radlin whistled, the junior whistled for the foul. Tyler Simmons, 5'11" guard. Will knock home the first of the free tosses. That gives the Pioneers 3. And Simmons eyeing the second. Knocks that one through as well. So 8-4 our score as Radlin brings it across timeline. Gets it to Caps. Around the horn. That's Seward with it. Radlin now back to Seward. Caps guarded by Simmons. Tries to get the baseline. Oh, good defense there. That was Casey Kalen knocking that ball away.
Hit the back race. Luckily, Providence had a hand on it. Providence retains possession.
Clarksville retains possession.
Did I say that?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Ball inbounds to Cummings. Now Titus. Seward. That's Caps. Looking to work down against Simmons. Little floater high off the glass. So Dakota Caps with 5. And Coach said in the pregame, Caps averaging around 20, so he's well on his way. Hot start for Caps. Shot up by Beatty. Won't go. Battle for the board and a whistle. So it's going to be Clarksville ball. Foul's going to go against Simmons. Tyler Simmons with the whistle for the foul. Jaden Johnson checking into the ball game for the Pioneers. Seward to Caps to bring it across timeline.
Talk about getting off to a good start. Can't get better than that. 4 for 4 for Clarksville. 2 of them threes.
Radlin, Seward passes back out of it. Caps looks to put it on the floor. Nice pass to Radlin. Skipping around. Clarksville working the ball well when they're passing him. Oh, but just a little miscommunication there. And Radlin thought Titus was going to zig, and he zagged.
That was the announcer's jinx. They were working the ball around nicely, and he throws it in the stands.
They had been so well, though. 10 to 4.
I agree.
Halfway gone here in the first period. Providence in on offense. Oh, 3-ball up. Beatty won't fall. Oh, and ball on the floor. Going to be a jump ball situation. Williams diving on that as
Providence arrow, I think.
Yeah, Caleb Cummings just had the ball skip away from him. So Providence will get another opportunity here. Cade Carver to put the ball in. Does. Gets it back. That's Williams working it in the paint. Shot hard off the iron. But good tip back out. And Carver looks to drive it. Now Kalen. Kalen on the baseline. Good hands there inside. Jump ball, but Seward and Williams really battling for it. This one, these rebounds are going to be tough to come by, Coach.
You're not kidding, it is. And
it is a battle every time the ball goes up.
Defense is aggressive. You can tell this is a rivalry game. I'm not kidding now. They are ready to play, both teams.
Radlin. So Cummins, Titus. Now Caps. Now over to Seward. Seward's working against Hess. Back to Radlin. Gets it to Caps, who just backs it back out a little bit here. And just pulls up and gets the whistle. Just enough body there from Jaden Johnson. And might have been a little bit of a sales job as well by Caps, but that's
a legitimate foul, I think. And
it was
very clear early on. They want the ball in Caps' hands as much as they can get it there.
Well, he's had 5 early. You can't blame him.
I don't blame him at all. See if he can make a free throw.
Coach Kyle Hankins in his first year here at Clarksville. Knocks home the first.
Nothing but net.
Robert Lamar checks in the ball game.
There's a football name for you.
Absolutely. Caps eyes the second and gets it to fall through. 7 points early for Caps, leads all scorers. Johnson working the points out high. Down inside, nice move there. That's Casey Kalen up and in 4 here in the early going. Caps trying to find Radlin, knocked away by Johnson, but he gets it back. Cummings with it out high between circles, works it around right. As Caps, he's just going to shoot that 3. Oh, that was an air ball. And the Providence student section is going to let him hear about that maybe for the next couple until he makes one. So Providence back on the attack, trailing by 6. Reversing the ball. Now getting it inside Williams. Now Kalen with the 3 off the iron, but picked up and cleaned up by Quentin Hess. Radlin, cross timeline to Lamar. Now back in the hands of Caps. Cummings looks to drive it, splits the defenders, and draws the foul. I think that's going to go against, they pronounced it Hesse over the PA, so we'll do the same. So Quentin Hesse with his first, team's third.
Sure wouldn't want to have a mental lapse in this game. I tell you what, it's going to go down to the wire the way it's going right now.
Yep, absolutely.
You got to make free throws.
Yep. So Cummins misses the front end. Seward checks back in the ball game as Radlin checks out. Max Beatty into the ball game for the Pioneers. Awaiting Cummings. Second free toss, and that one will rattle home. So Cummings on the scoreboard with a point. 13-8. So Providence has chipped away at this lead a bit. See if they can do some more here on offense. Beatty from the corner won't fall, and then it's going to be a push. Tyler Simmons, it's a little hand in the back trying to get some clear out space for that board. And Simmons checks to the sideline, as does Kalen. Carver and Hesse check back in the ball game. So that may be something to watch, Coach, as Providence, maybe not quite as much as Coach Burden in that girls game, moving players in and out, but certainly Ryan Miller.
And keep fresh bodies in
willing to put some different players in, keep some fresh players in. Caps leaves it for Cummings, and Cummings couldn't quite hold on to it. Scrum on the floor.
Well, as hard as they play that defense, you know they can't go 32 minutes without a break.
No, absolutely. So jump ball goes to the Pioneers. Okay, I got a question, Coach. This is just one of those roundabout things. No, used to be there was always one of those big mops off somewhere that when three guys went down on, they bring somebody come over with a mop. I haven't seen a mop in about 4 years, and I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure either. Or either that or somebody on the knees with a hand towel.
Hand towel, one or the other. Athletic directors need a big mop.
Well, it's kind of cool in here. There's probably not much sweat, huh?
I don't know. 3 launched by Hesse. It wouldn't go. Caps with it. Cross timeline, almost lost the handle on that, but picked it back up again. Looks to drive, gets it in the lane, hits the deck. Foul. So two-shot foul, and that's going to go against Jaden Johnson, his second.
A lot of the offense for Clarksville is just Caps doing one-on-one with the moves, getting to the free throw line. He made his first 2.
Dakota Caps eyeballs it, knocks it through. Kalen checks in, Johnson checks out. 6'3" junior back in the ball game. Dakota Caps has 8, Ian 9, won't go, tipped around, and Max Beatty ends up with it. 18 seconds remains here, first quarter. This one's gone quick. 14-8, but Providence wants to cut into this. Little drive there by Carver, steps back, shoots the jumper, gets it to go, rattles home, and that will do it. Providence almost with another attempt there before the buzzer sounded, but that does it. At the end of one, our score, Clarksville 14, Providence 10. Come on back, second quarter action on GLICOD.
COVID-19 continues in our community. We are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
14-10 our score as Clarksville with the lead will have the ball first in the second quarter, pardon me. Alex Titus to trigger the ball in. Gets it into Seward. Jacob Seward. Now over to Cummings. Lamar. Seward. Looking to drive it. Gets into some trouble there. Passes out of it to Lamar. Gives it up. Titus thought about the three. Shoots from the elbow instead. Air ball, but Lamar cleans it up. Back out to Seward. And a travel. No. 3-second violation inside. I think that was Caleb Cummings. Camped out just a little bit too long. S'mores were almost done, so. Carver across timeline. Lots of intensity in this one, Coach, so far.
Absolutely.
And Beatty buries it from just inside the free throw line. Cuts it to 2.
Providence sticking with the man-to-man. Clarksville sticking with zone. Zone a little bit leaky, though. That last time, for example, good pass to the inside.
Seward looks to work it. Cummings. Now Caps. Oh, ball poked away. Carver. Caps retrieves. Gives it up. Seward back to Caps. Titus looked to drive it, gives it up to Cummings instead. Oh, trying to find Lamar, but Carver read that, stepped in the passing lane, picks it off. Good defense. 3 from the corner, buried by Max Beatty, and a timeout on the floor. Kyle Hankins wants to take a break and talk about it. We'll take a break. You can hear from our sponsors. More when we return on GLICOD.
I'm your cat, and ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
15-14, first lead by the Providence Pioneers. The Generals had led the entire first quarter and had stretched out as much as, was it 8? I know it was 6 for a while, but I think it was as much as 8
Could have been. But again, we talked about turnovers. Clarksville's turned it over 4 times. Guess how many times Providence has turned it over?
I don't know. I don't want to guess. They haven't.
No.
Okay, I guess that was just a trick question.
It was. I'm sorry.
I should have known.
Didn't mean to set you up.
So Clarksville playing from behind for the first time on the evening. Seward to trigger the ball in. And does. Finds Titus. Back to Seward. Radlin with it. Radlin had a few minutes on the bench there just to get a nice breather, so he should be relatively fresh. Titus trying to find Caps, couldn't manage. Now Seward trying to drive it. Ball inside, stripped away, finally a whistle.
A little reach-in foul, I think. Probably a good call. I like the way these referees are handling this game so far. Seem to be right on top of it.
So that's going to be against Quentin Hesse. And Hesse checks to the sideline. Williams back into the game for the Pioneers. Caps to send the ball in. Does to Titus. Titus to Radlin. Radlin to Caps. Caps looks to drive it. Top of the key, gives it up into the corner. Titus shoots the three and airmails that one right to Casey Kalin. Providence trying to extend their only lead so far of the ball game of a point. Oh, nice look inside, and that's Grant Williams with his first 2.
Providence made their last 4 field goals now after going 3 for 11.
Should give Casey Kalin a shout out for that nice assist, too, on that. 3-point lead.
Good attack of the zone defense, actually.
Radlin gives it up to Cummins. Cummins looks to get it inside. Stops, steps back. Can't get it to go. Kalin cleans up the rebound, and a little push there by Caleb Cummings, his first.
Conversely, Clarksville's missed their last 5 shots, so therein lies the difference in the change of the lead.
Well, it seemed like they were finding some open looks from hit a couple of threes early or had some driving lanes, but Providence is not allowed that so much here, certainly in this second quarter.
Yeah, and they've gone to man-to-man defense also because that zone was leaking on them.
Yes, yeah, you're right there. Clarksville has switched to that man-to-man. Lamar was out as now. It's Kalin working against Caps. Oh, poked away by Caps. Gets it up over. Oh, he couldn't get the shot to go. Lamar, though, tries to clean it up. Couldn't get it, and Kalin comes down with the rebound. Dumps it off to Max Beatty. Now to Carver.
Could have been a foul call there, I think, but they're letting them play. I'll give them credit for that.
Siebold to Williams. Williams in the paint, and there is a whistle.
Just the 3rd foul of the half after a quarter and a half against Clarksville.
Now dump down low. Carver working that right side, gets it into the paint. Nice work with the left hand there by Cade Carver.
Notice Carver's also got the job of guarding Caps.
Gives it up to Radlin. Oh, risky move there. Cummins ends up with it. And Cummins shoots a long 2. It won't go. Gets his own rebound. Gets Carver up the air and draws the foul.
Clarksville started out hitting their first 4 field goal attempts, and since then they've missed their next 8.
8. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. 0 for 8 after that 4 for 4 start.
So Caleb Cummings, he has a made free throw earlier. Oh, hard off the back iron. Carter Lannon checks in the ball game as little substitution there. Fresh legs for Coach Miller and the Pioneers. Cummins eyes the second. No, just can't get the roll to go. Grant Williams comes down with the rebound. Carver quickly ahead into the hands of Lannon. Dumps it off there to Siebold. Now back to Lannon. Lannon splits the defense up and in. Sophomore, nice shot up high off the glass. Caps. Now Radlin. See if lead stretched out to 7 for Providence. So, you know, Clarksville love a bucket here, working in underneath and passing out of it, and got a foul. And so that's against Max Beatty.
And put Morgan Caps on the line.
Well, I don't believe that's actually Morgan
Oh,
Caps.
it's not?
So it's not.
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry, I've got that number there.
Yeah, I did too, but we got I believe that's.
Regardless, he misses.
He missed
front
it.
End. Clarksville just 4 of 9. They've missed their last 4 free throws. You wonder why they're behind?
Yep. And so we're going to get, we'll have to do a little research on that one here at the half. 2:29 remains. And Carver there on the baseline, got his man up in the air. and that's against Radlin, his second.
Two shots for Carver.
Cade Carver with 4 on the night. Chance to extend.
Hit the iron 4 times, I think.
It sure
but
did.
It went in.
Titus checks in for Cummings. And, boy, Clarksville scoreless so far this quarter. And they can't stand too much longer a drought. Casey Kalen trying to tip that back to himself, ends up tipping it out of bounds. And good hands there by Max Beatty, just knocked the ball right back out of bounds. Into Radlin, crosses timeline. He'll shoot the 3. It won't go. Carver and Max Beatty kind of team rebounded that. Beatty ends up with it.
Carver was up in the air.
Sure was.
For not a very tall person.
Beatty works it now against Radlin.
5-second count.
5-second
Closely
count.
guarded. Good defense by Clarksville. Second turnover for Providence.
Seward checks in the ball game. Radlin checks out. Seward with it. And works it across there. Again, Clarksville desperately wanting to get the scoreboard to ring up 2 or 3 more here. Caps.
Haven't heard from Caps for a while.
Nice pass into the corner. And a 3 ball. We got to figure out who that is.
Yeah.
The player to be named later. 22-17, but that does cut into that lead. Now a 3 ball. That one won't go from Max Beatty. Not quite from downtown. Oh. Could have been something called there, but wasn't. Titus ends up with it. Drives it inside. And down with it comes Providence. Beatty. Oh, ball poked away.
Oh, no. I don't know about that.
And a travel.
That's turnover.
And substitution. Radlin checks in the ball game. Kalen finds Beatty. 48 seconds left here. And Beatty has it popped away there. Caps got a paw on it, knocked it away. Now Caps looks to drive, gives it up to Radlin instead. And
offensive foul.
Yeah, offensive foul. Dakota Caps, his first. Just a little bit of a moving screen there. .30 seconds to go here, first half. And this city championship. Girls game trophy awarded to the Pioneers. And Pioneers leading this one, but just 5 now. And I'm not sure, the little officials timeout there.
Arguing with Coach Miller about something.
I'm not sure.
I have no idea why they'd stop play and take the ball out of bounds for Providence again.
I'm not sure, but the Providence has the ball back. 12 seconds. Carver drives it inside. Can't get it to go. Whistle. And that's going to come before that first shot or maybe even after. We'll see. Robert Lamar whistled for that. Cade Carver will go to the line to shoot 2.
5'11" senior listed.
First won't go.
Caps has sort of disappeared for one reason or another here in the second quarter.
He has. He had 8 early, and Carver knocks in the second. He had 8 early, and then, as you said, just sort of disappeared. 23-17. Titus finds Lamar. Lamar lays it up, can't get it to go, and a heave at the buzzer, off the mark, and that will do it for the first half of play. Our score, the Providence Pioneers 23 and the Clarksville Generals 17. Come on back. We'll have a halftime show for you here on GLICOD.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah!
1 second. I guess their faces are safe. This is
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up. Shut up, Jeff.
I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Find out about online banking and other services by visiting Centra.org.
Yeah, just one.
The home Generals.
Yeah.
Home Generals cut into the Providence lead, but trail by 6. And really, we were discussing off air there that maybe pretty lucky to only be down 6 after being held scoreless all up until just the last waning moments of that second quarter, while Providence went on a big run there. It ended up being a 13-3 run for Providence in that second quarter. Let's go over scoring for both teams. Our halftime scores brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Dakota Caps leads the Clarksville Generals with 8. Nadir Muhammad is the player to be named later there. He was player number 2 who hit that big second quarter three-pointer, the only score in that second quarter. So Nadir Muhammad has 3. Alex Titus has 3. Jacob Seward has 2. Caleb Cummings has 1. For the Providence Pioneers, Cade Carver at the break with 6. Max Beatty has 5. Casey Kalin has 4. And then a host of players with 2 apiece. Quentin Hesse, Carter Lannon, Tyler Simmons, and Grant Williams all have 2 points. Well, let's jump away here from some of our great GLICOD sponsors. When we come back, Coach will go through all of the team halftime stats for you when we return here on GLICOD.
Is a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on GLICOD.
As we are at halftime here, Clarksville High School across town and city championship game. Providence leading by 6 over the Clarksville Generals after the Generals led all in the first quarter. It's time for Coach to walk you through the team statistics. Again, Centra Credit Union bringing you tonight's halftime numbers, and they are centered around you. Coach?
We always talk about making shots, and that was a story here tonight. 1 of 11 for Clarksville in the second quarter, just 9%, while Providence was hitting 5 of 7, 71%. For the first half, Clarksville 5 of 17, 29%. They were 2 of 6 from beyond the arc, 33%, and just 4 of 9 free throws, 44%. Had them turning it over 6 times and had 11 rebounds. Providence had that big second quarter, but for the half, 9 of 19, 47%. Just 1 of 7 from beyond the arc, 14%. 4 of 6 on free throws, 67%, and had them turning it over 4 times with 12 rebounds. Rebounds basically essentially even.
Those are your team statistics, again, brought to you by Centra Credit Union. Well, Coach, let's put ourselves in both these locker rooms briefly. Your thoughts for both teams and what they need to do better.
Well, I don't know. We talked about getting off to a good start. Clarksville certainly did, hit their first 4 shots. But after that, just, 1 of 13.
Yeah.
So there's your difference. So I don't know. They still got to get the ball into Morgan Capp's hands. He made them ahead in the first quarter, but again, like we talked about, disappeared a little bit in the second quarter. Give credit to the defense by Providence. Cave Carver was a man assigned to him. I don't know about the first quarter, but he pretty much shut him down the second quarter. Clarksville just got to make shots. They can't shoot 1 of 11 and expect to win a game. And Providence, again, the hustling team that they are, I feel, just really in command right now, but just 6 points ahead. Not many points scored in a half. 17 for Clarksville, 23 for Providence. pretty low-scoring game.
Absolutely. Well, let's step away, hear from some of our great sponsors. Once again, when we come back, third quarter action for you in this doubleheader Crosstown Championship on GLICOD.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and a high school. Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mac Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit macconstruction.com. Mac Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we begin the second half, the Providence Pioneers will have the ball first. Remind you to take a look at the ticker. We've got some scores up, courtesy of executive producer Steve Bird, and remind you that ticker this half brought to you by Allstate Insurance agent Packy Page. Call Packy at 812-202-7271. Well, Cade Carver, who led the Pioneers with 6 points, running the point. Beatty now with it.
Clarksville back to that zone defense, which they had first quarter. Worked well for them then.
It just got a little leaky there late in the second, I should say.
Right.
Maybe with a little coaching up, that will go back to it. It worked well in the first quarter for him, it seemed like. And Beatty to trigger backcourt to Carver. Carver to Kalen. Now reverse the ball here. Trying to work against that zone. Dumps it down low, and shot just wouldn't go for Williams. Ball comes down to Clarksville. Inside, Dakota Caps. Half down and popped out. Quickly on the other end, Simmons.
He walked, but they didn't call it. They did turn it over.
Seward ends up with it.
Karma.
There you go. Now Caps. Handoff, Radlin. Now Seward wants to take it inside. Jump, step, shot, won't go. And then Carver couldn't hang on to the rebound, so the boys in white will have it again. That's Seward to toss it in, does to Cummings, and then a whistle.
Offensive foul.
And Titus. I don't know if that was a moving screen or
had to be.
Some sort of a grab. So Providence back on offense at just the first foul in this fairly fresh second half. Carver to Kalen, trying to dump it down low. And they do whistle the harm, and Tyler Simmons makes the bucket. So Radlin with the foul, and Tyler Simmons will head to the line for the three-point play opportunity. Eyes it, flies it, and hard off the iron, but tipped back into Simmons' hands. Follows up, 4-point trip for Tyler Simmons. 27-17, all of a sudden the lead explodes to 10. Cummings wants to work it. Gets it to Caps. Caps Tries to clear out, shoots the three,
Yeah,
and the whistle.
Yeah, they got to call that foul.
Yep. And that's going to go against Simmons. That's his third. And Dakota Capps, who has been held at 8 since the first quarter.
Got to do better than that 4 for 9 free throw shooting in the first half, too. Got 3 free throws coming here. And short. Very short. Make that 4 for 10 from the free throw line. Referee's correcting the substitution. Can't substitute until the last of the free throws.
And there's Capps. Knocks home his 9th point. Led all scorers at the break with 8, but only makes 1 of 3 there.
Wow.
And 27-18, a 9-point lead for Providence. Johnson has to dump it down low, does, passing out of it to Carver, though. That's Williams working it down low and works it well, gets it high off the glass for that score. So Grant Williams adds a couple more for his total, 29-18. Lead to 11. Radlin shoots the 3. It won't fall, and fight for the ball. Providence comes away with it. Beatty pitches it to Carver across timeline. Johnson now down inside. Williams, jump step and through. And a timeout on the floor. Our score, the Providence Pioneers 31, the Clarksville Generals 18. Come on back for more here on GLICOD.
COVID-19 continues in our community. We are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School on GLICOD.
31-18 with 5:14 left in the third period, as both teams still in the huddle there. Again, I'll bring your attention to the ticker, brought to you this half by Allstate Insurance agent Packy Page. Call Packy at 812-202-7271. Also, always want to make sure and just remind you that our broadcasts are also brought to you by Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville. Their sponsorship for our broadcasts this season, we just thank them so much. For the widest selection of pre-owned cars, visit locally owned Jim Butner Auto, where they are striving to keep you driving. Well, Coach, Clarksville really needs to make a little run here.
They've only made 1 out of the last umpteen shots. I mean, this ball won't fall for them. You got to make
Muhammad.
shots.
Muhammad. Give it up to Katz. Now Radlin. They seem to be working the ball well around again. They were doing that well in the first half. And now Radlin gets the 3 away. It won't fall. And Grant Williams skies for the board. Carver ahead quickly. Johnson runs the floor well, but Muhammad managed to get a partial block on that. Radlin ended up on the floor.
They're letting them play
pitched
quite
it
a
out
bit.
of bounds. Yeah, he looked around at the man in the striped shirt like that guy was sitting on me.
Yeah, a little contact there, huh?
Carver pitches in. That's Williams right at the dish, and the foul. So Williams will go to the line for 2. Caleb Cummings with the foul. As Williams eyes the first, won't go. Williams, senior, with 6 points on the night. Go ahead, Coach.
I was going to say, what's wrong with free throws here tonight? 4 of 8 for Providence and 5 of 12 for Clarksville. Got to make free throws. Got to make shots, first of all. Clarksville hadn't made hardly any since the first 4 shots of the game.
Muhammad comes down with the rebound quickly to Caps. Caps to Muhammad.
Providence hustles that zone.
Yes, they sure are.
You can't. Providence or Clarksville can't afford to get behind too far. Down 13, the type of tempo that Providence plays.
Well, they've got folks flashing. Titus, for example, in that center of the zone, but they can't get a look when they do. Muhammad and the corner, rattling.
Got to penetrate. There's penetration.
Caps gets in there and shoots the jumper, but off to the left and out of bounds.
Got the penetration. Shot an air ball from 13 feet.
So Caps checks to the sideline. Seward into the ball game. Jaden Johnson pitches to Carver to restart the clock. Kalen to Carver. Carver trying to post up Muhammad. Gets his man up in the air. Partially blocked, though. Nice play by Muhammad. Jacob Seward comes down with it. Seward gets it to Titus. Titus takes it inside. Has to try to pass out of it and couldn't connect with Muhammad. Gets poked away. Quickly up to Johnson. Johnson. And he forces the shot up there, but draws the foul. It's going to be against Radlin. That's his 4th, I believe. It sure is. Jaden Johnson eyes it and flies it. His first point of the ball game. Played quite a bit, but that free toss is first action on the box score. 32-18. Again, the Providence girls won the opener of tonight's action, as Johnson with his second. Providence girls winning their 14th straight city championship trophy. Muhammad trying to put a spin move on Carver there. It's up and around, but partially blocked there by Grant Williams, it looked like. Carver. And
yeah, he walked.
Yeah, got to be a travel there. Good defense by Muhammad. And Ashton Leeser, new in the ball game, didn't play any of the first half. And ball off the side of the foot of Robert Lamar. He knew it as soon as he did it.
Outstanding football player for Clarksville.
Sure is.
This last season.
The junior, he'll be back next year.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, ball thrown almost the wrong direction there, but Carver reacted quickly enough. Go back and haul it in. Johnson to Hesse. Now Williams with it. Carver dumps it down low. Hesse working in the post against Seward. Gets shot up off the glass. Won't go, but Leeser comes down with it. Ahead. Seward takes the 3. Buries it.
Well, that's a long drought.
Seward with his 5th point. Cuts into the Providence lead. Back to 12. 2 minutes to go here, 3rd period. Kalen puts the ball on the floor against Lamar. Works in that post. Tough defense there. Passes out of it to Johnson. Johnson on the drive. And waved off. Got a foul on the floor. And that's going to be against Leeser. So Aston Leeser, the sophomore, commits the harm there. Caps checks back in the ball game. Lamar goes to the sideline. Carver dumps it into Kalen and just couldn't get it to go from point-blank range, but Providence scrambles for the rebound. Williams with it, shot up. That won't go. Seward finally comes down with it. Now Caps. But the Providence defense back. Finally passing out of it, finds Leeser. He takes a dribble and buries it from long 2 range. Down to a 10-point game. Oh, nice way to run the floor there. Jaden Johnson with the cut gets rewarded with the deuce. So back to 12. Caps gives it up. Seward shoots the 3 again, hits it. Well, Clarksville needs somebody to get hot, and Jacob Seward, the sophomore, all of a sudden with 8 points. 45 seconds to go here, third quarter. Leeser just leaning a little too much there.
Fresh bodies in the game.
So Titus checks in for Leeser. And Max Beatty handles to get across timeline as Providence resets. Carver now to Siebold doing the ball game. To Beatty. And shot up by Hesse. Can't get the 3 to go. Seward trying to scramble for it. Has it taken away. Shot up and around. That was Siebold. Couldn't get the ball to go. And then Seward pulled down the rebound. 15 seconds left in the third quarter as Caps gets the lay-in from the front of the dish. 35-28, and a shot, bucket, and the foul. Jaden Johnson right in the paint from the front of the dish, gets it to go, and has the chance for the three-point play. Dakota Caps with the harm. That was just kind of a wild individual effort, but it worked.
Indeed.
Chance to extend back to 10. And didn't go. Titus gets the rebound. Oh, then good hustle again by Johnson. Muhammad to toss the ball in here from about the hash. And gets it to Cummings. Cummings shoots the 3 at the buzzer. It will not go. So at the end of 3, our score, Providence 37 and Clarksville 28. Come on back. Fourth quarter action for you here on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want an escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
Clarksville ball to start the fourth quarter of action for you here tonight, 37-28. And Clarksville finally got a little lid off that basket, but as they cut into the lead. Providence managed to stretch it back out again with a big three-point play there at the end of the quarter. So let's see what Clarksville can do here. Maybe they hit a couple. Oh, and Dakota Caps knew what he wanted to do, but unfortunately the man to receive the ball zigged when he should have zagged. So turnover, and Providence back on offense. Carver finds Johnson in the post. Oh, has it poked away. Good hands. Muhammad looks to push it, but he has it poked away, and Johnson chases it down. Comes the trap in the corner. Providence gets out of it. Dumps the ball down low to Siebold. Siebold getting kind of pushed away there by Muhammad. Just didn't have any kind of good look. So Providence resets. Johnson to Siebold. Down the left, Hesse tries to get it to Carver. Carver trying to post his man up, and just couldn't get it to fall, and then a foul. And Dakota Caps came down with a cramp. Nadir Muhammad whistled for the foul, his second, and Dakota Caps.
We think it's a leg cramp.
We think it is. I believe it is. But you know what? Let's take this opportunity to step away. Brief timeout here in the fourth quarter. When we return, 37-28, Providence over Clarksville on GLICOD.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
Back as we return to action, Dakota Caps being assisted by the Baptist Health trainer here at Clarksville High School ended up going to the locker room. He was under his own power with just a bit of a limp, so we're hopeful that that's just a cramp, and a little bit of treatment will get Caps back in the game, or at least not on the sideline for any extended period, as Carver eyes and makes first of his free tosses. Stretching the lead back to 10.
Carver's had a good game.
He sure has. He's played well both ends of the floor.
And he misses.
And he misses. Yeah, that's the media jinx, broadcaster jinx, whatever you want to call it. Radling crosses timeline. Radling playing with 4 fouls. See if that makes much any difference. Titus drives the ball, just can't get the shot to fall, though. And Carver comes down with the rebound. Quickly up to Johnson, the other end, passes it back to Hesse, takes the long 2, buries it. Quentin Hesse, his 4th points.
That 10-point lead again.
Radlin gives it up to Seward. Seward, little spin move, passes out of it to Muhammad. Thought about the 3, then thought better of it. Seward picked up his dribble, gets it to Radlin. Radlin tried to go baseline, just had it taken away by Hesse. Quickly up to Johnson. Oh, running the floor well was Siebold. It may have gotten away with one, but it counted for the bucket. And a timeout on the floor. We will take a timeout as well with 5:36 remaining and a 42-28 lead for the Providence Pioneers here on GLICOD.
This is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we are back here, 5:36 remaining in the ball game. This cross-town rivalry game, and for the city championship trophy, the Providence Pioneer girls won the earlier effort over the Clarksville Generals, 51-14. Their 14th straight win of the town trophy.
Meanwhile, the Generals have their work cut out for them.
They sure do.
14 points, 5:36 left. A patient Providence offense. They're not going to be firing that ball up too quickly. You know that.
Well, but even with the lead, Providence has played like they want to play. They want to move the ball around well and try to push the ball in and maybe get a mismatch on a post-op.
Yeah, I don't like seeing taking the air out of the ball. I think you need to continue attacking the basket.
Radlin, cross timeline. Gives the ball up to Titus. Titus to Muhammad. Muhammad. And right at the front of the dish, just couldn't finish. A great opportunity, just wouldn't go. Jaden Johnson comes down with it. So Providence back on offense, and we'll look to see if Coach is right on, and that is if they maybe not taking the air out of the ball, but Providence
deliberate.
I'm sure will be deliberate and patient. I was going to use patient. I like deliberate as well.
Well, the only place the ball has gone in this whole series is around the perimeter. They're not attacking the basket. Just using clock.
4:48. As trying to maybe find a mismatch on a switch where they can get something down low they'd like. Simmons there with it. Gets it to Johnson against Cummings. And that wasn't a mismatch that
got
worked
hammered.
out. Yep, sure wasn't. Muhammad gets it to Titus. Titus, one dribble high off the glass, just can't get it to go. Again, Clarksville with a little bit of a lid on the basket. They had a terrible second quarter shooting the ball. And haven't started the fourth all that well either. Stuck on 28 for half the quarter.
3 subs coming in for the Pioneers.
As now you can see the Pioneer. Well, now they're going to attack. They got it. Simmons with the chance. He just got in too deep. Leeser comes down with the rebound. Now Muhammad looks to attack, passes out of it. Titus shoots the three. Long, won't go. Siebold comes down with the rebound. So still a 14-point lead after trades of some misses here. Simmons again attacks. That one will go with the left hand. Tyler Simmons with his 8th point. Now ball in the hands of Cummings. Radlin. That's Leeser with it. Spin move. Off the glass. Bucket and the foul. So the sophomore gets the bucket to go. Has a chance at the three-point play. Substitutions for the Pioneers.
I think they just sent somebody out to start the bus, Todd.
Could be.
Yeah.
14 points. We'll see.
16.
16 points.
No,
14 points.
I did the math wrong. I'm sorry. You're right. Anyway, cut it by 1 here, maybe.
See, sometimes I'm a follower. You said 16. I was, yeah.
Of
All right.
course.
13, actually.
Yeah.
So, Leeser with his 5th point of the night on that free toss. Makes it 13. Robert Lamar checks back in the ball game for the Generals.
Caps got his cramp soothed.
Is he on the end of the bench?
No, he's in the game.
Oh, he is. I'm sorry. Duh. Thank you.
Yep.
I've been watching for him at the end. He must have come right
Yeah.
from around the end of the bench.
Because I come from either end of the gym, so
I was
came from the other one.
I was expecting him to end up on the bench first. Had been watching for him. Radlin, he's been playing with 4 fouls most of this fourth quarter. Seward with the runner, won't go. And coming down was with it was Brian Wall. Oh, pitches it to Caps. So Caps with the steal there, behind the back pass. That was a nice look, but Seward couldn't do anything with it. He'll shoot that one, though, short off the iron. And Muhammad gets fouled on the rebound. That's going to go into Tyler Simmons. That's his 4th. Paul trying to work some magic here. 2 minutes left are the Generals. Oh, ball just bounced away. Caps ends up with it, chases it down. Splits the defense, goes up, and just can't get that runner to go. Just too many defenders in the area there.
4th shot, not a good look.
And the ball lost by Grant Williams there, out of bounds.
Off his knee, it looks like.
Sure was.
That's just the 10th. I thought they might keep it under double-digit turnovers. 10 against Providence, 12 against Clarksville.
$1:35 remains here in the 4th period. Again, this is the nightcap of a girls-boys doubleheader for the Clarksville Town Trophy, they were calling it. Providence girls won the opener, and the Providence boys look to have the nightcap just about salted away. Muhammad gets the bucket and the foul.
The boy's quick.
He got into the lane there very quickly, as you said. He's played with some energy, has Nadir Muhammad.
I think he's a Newtown heard from. I don't remember him in the roster before. Am I mistaken about that or not? I don't know. Missed the free throw.
No, misses the free throw. Didn't see. No, don't have him on either, though. Varsity JV roster that we were given a couple of weeks ago. So new in, as you said. 1 minute to go and an 11-point lead. New players in for Providence. Simmons dumps it down to Charlie Scott, and then Kaiser also in the ball game, new in the ball game. That's Scott with it there. Gives it up to Simmons. Simmons takes it in the paint, gets in trouble, and timeout by Ryan Miller. We will keep it here, as I believe we've fulfilled our obligations. We've just got 35.2 ticks left in this 4th period.
11 points, 33-44.
Remind you that tomorrow we will be bringing you girls basketball action between the Salem Lions and the Silver Creek Dragons, and that usually here over the last 4 or 5 years or so has been the preview of that sectional final. Coach, that game up in Madison last year was a really good one between Salem and Silver Creek, and actually we had we're up at Salem for the regular season tilt as well. Also
good game.
A very good game.
Of course, talking about a girls state champions too.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, and that's the thing. The Salem won that sectional 3 years in a row, and the third of those years went all the way to the state final game. They ended up losing in that finals game, and then last year Silver Creek finally won it, went all the way and won it all in that 3A tilt. Just a little off the mark there by Charlie Scott, and then a scramble scrum. Oh, nice pickup and lay-in by Casey Kalin. Adds to his total. And under 20 to go here. Caps gives it up. Seward shoots the 3. That'll rattle around and go home. So the sophomore with 11, and maybe some flashes there for Coach Hankins, just thinking about that. Couple years to come. Just need to figure out ways to maybe screen him and get him open. Foul And that's going to go against Robert Lamar. I have him for 2. Let's see what they put up officially, but haven't put anything up yet.
8th team foul, only 4 team fouls against Providence for the whole half.
Lamar checks to the sideline, and Leeser checks back in the ball game with this just under 8 ticks left. Brian Wall gets in the box score with his first May bucket. (47-36), back to 11, chance to make it 12. Well, that one around and around it goes and down. See if Caps decides he's going to put up the last shot, and he does. Makes it, adds to the total, but that will do it as the game comes to a close, and the Providence Pioneers end up with a 10-point win in the contest. They will go home with the trophy and for the town of Clarksville, and we will have all the stats and the post-game show for you here coming up on GLICOD.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
What?
No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Find a wide selection of batteries for all types of vehicles at their locally owned Jeffersonville location, 1510 Production Road.
Well, Coach, about 3.5 hours later, we see both the Providence ladies and the Providence gentlemen come away with trophies here at Clarksville High School. The boys game in the nightcap here won by 10 points by the Providence Pioneers. They will improve to 8-3, and the Generals fall to 3-6. And just general thoughts before I go over scoring here. Just that the just seems like if the Generals they went on 2 pretty long droughts, and one just really killed them in that second quarter.
That's exactly what I was going to say for sure. But I give credit to Providence. I mean, played solid defense throughout the whole game, I thought, and did not turn the ball over. Made shots, ended up shooting 45% from the field, which is pretty decent after 47% first half. So just really a good performance by them. I thought they were solid all night long.
All
and
right.
like you said, Clarksville just hit the droughts, and in a game like this, you can't
hit that kind of drought.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, let's go over scoring, and then when we return from our break, we will give you the team stats and try to keep it straight for both teams. First, let's go with Clarksville. Dakota Caps led the Generals with 13. Jacob Seward had 11. 5 apiece for Ashton Leeser and Nadir Muhammad. 3 points for Alex Titus, and a single point on a made free throw by Caleb Cummings. That will do it for the Generals. Now, just scoring all up and down the roster for the Providence Pioneers, so I'll do my best to go in order, but I may miss somebody. I'll get everybody, but just maybe not in order. Tyler Simmons leading it with 8 points for the Pioneers, 7 from Cade Carver, 6 apiece from Casey Kalin and Grant Williams, 5 from Jaden Johnson, 5 from Max Beatty as well, 4 from Casey Kalin, and 2 apiece from Carter Lannon, Brian Wall, and Grant Siebold. So that does it for the scoring for the Providence Pioneers, again led by Tyler Simmons with 8 and Cade Carver with 7. I think we also have to give Cade Carver some credit for his defensive effort because he played great defense, much of that on Dakota Caps tonight. Those numbers brought to you by German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. Let's step away, hear from some of our great sponsors. When we come back, Coach Love will go through the team stats for you for both teams here on GLICOD.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug-Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Skyline for me is like my second home. So I started off at drive-thru, and then the next thing I know, I was serving full-time. My favorite regulars are always the ones with the kids. We're just laughing, talking, catching up on whatever's going on in our lives. Sometimes when I'm working the drive-thru, I'll hear a specific voice, and I know exactly who it is. When they pull around, I'm so excited to see them, and they're just as happy to see me. Skyline is more than just a restaurant to me. It's a fun place to work, and it's a fun place to eat.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we are back here, our final score from Clarksville High School tonight, Providence over the Clarksville Generals 48-38 in this boys game nightcap. And it's time to go over the the team numbers for both teams. Look at tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. For that, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Love.
Clarksville got off to a hot start, 4 of 6 in the first quarter, but boy, it went downhill from there. The second quarter is what got them. We talked about that before, just 1 of 11. So, moving on, 13 of 40 from the field for Clarksville, 32.5%. They were 6 of 13 from three-point line, 46%. Just 6 of 14 from the free throw line. Shoot better from the three-point line than they did the free throw line. And had 23 rebounds compared to 31 for Clarksville. A well-played game as far as turnovers. Clarksville 12 and Providence 10. Shooting-wise for Providence, I had them at 19 for 42, 35%. That big second quarter where they shot 71% was probably the difference in the game. Three-point shooting not good for Providence, just 1 of 8, 12.5%, and not very good at the free throw line either, 9 of 16, just 56%. I told you they out-rebounded Clarksville. I had it 31-23 with 10 turnovers, 2 less than Clarksville's 12.
So those are tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. And again, I think, just what stands out is just the drought that really made that shooting percentage drop so much for Clarksville, and then free throws really for both teams. Yeah. Both teams neither shot well from the free throw line.
43% and 56, not good enough really to be a top-ranked team, if you will.
Right.
But the discipline, we talked about that before. The discipline I think that Providence has, both offensively and defensively, showed up here tonight.
They did. All right, so let's step away. When we come back, we are going to pick out our most outstanding players, and we will have that for you. When we return here on GLICOD.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
I was at practice one day, kind of made a cut through the lane, and I noticed that I landed on my knee a little weird. I saw my trainer here at school, and they highly recommended that I go to priority radiology. Any athlete, when you do go down with an injury, the first thing you think about is just how long that you're going to be out. Going to priority radiology, where I could get my results back quickly, made a big difference because I wasn't left waiting for weeks before I could even start a treatment. I was able to get what I needed right away.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
We've always gone to Skyline. As soon as we get there, the girls run to make sure that we can get the counter. It's kind of neat for the kids to sit there and watch their food being made.
It's like right in front of you, showing kind of like how it's actually done. It's awesome because it's a Skyline thing.
Very, very, very awesome.
Where else can you go and play and entertain yourself and eat, you know?
Nobody has a counter like Skyline. It's just the best.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
All right, back we are here as the Providence Pioneers sweep the town of Clarksville trophies. The girls winning in the early game and the boys winning 48-38 in the nightcap here at Clarksville High School. It's time for Most Outstanding Players. Tonight's Most Outstanding Players brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line Road near I-265. If it's game time, it's Skyline time. And so, Coach, who are we thinking for both teams?
Well, Clarksville, you got to go with Dakota Caps again. The leading scorer, 13 points out of the 38. Again, got some cramps in there. Had a great start. Had that downer in the second quarter and beyond. But nevertheless, give him that award for Clarksville. Providence, on the other hand, what a team effort, I think, for them. Real balanced scoring, but we like throughout the game, Cade Carver, the 5'11 senior, had I thought, an outstanding game, maybe only 7 points, second leading scorer, if you will, but really good floor game.
Tonight's Most Outstanding Players brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line Road near I-265. If it's game time, it's Skyline time. Nominate your favorite student athlete for GLICOD's Most Outstanding Student Athlete Award. This winter, male and female high school student will be recognized for their outstanding academic and athletic achievements during the fall sports season. For more information and to submit an application, visit GLICOD.com. Well, it's time to wrap things up here from Providence High School, where, again, the girls, from Clarksville High School, but Providence with the sweep. The girls winning 51-14 and the boys 48-38. Any final thoughts on this one tonight, Coach?
It's a good game. When a game like this, you just can't have lapses in the middle of a game, and that's what happened to Clarksville. They're right in the game throughout, but, boy, just got too far in the hole with a good, patient Providence team in that second quarter. All right, well, as always, just want to remind you that for the most in-depth coverage of Southern Indiana high school sports, you can visit GLICOD.com. Join us next week as we have ball games Floyd Central, Jeff and Floyd Central next Friday. But you can also join me tomorrow night as I've got girls action between the Salem Lions and Silver Creek Dragons. Tonight's on-site producer was DK Gauss. Our cameraman was Xander Essex. Executive producer was Steve Bird. For Coach Paul Love, I'm Dr. Todd Carter saying so long, good night, and you have been watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on GLICOD. Good night. God bless everybody.
From GLICOD, this has been Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, the car battery auto techs prefer. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community, clarkhealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union, Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany, State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb, Our Place, Burns Garage, Priority Radiology, and Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, GLICOD.com, Facebook and Twitter @GLICOD. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from GLICOD.